Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Amey Parekh from Team Mindtra and welcome to day number 15 of Success Principles. Principle number 15 is experience your fear and still take action anyway. Now thing is, most of the times whenever we're on our journey, we tend to feel afraid that we're going to fail, or we want to reach somewhere, but we have so many doubts that come in. Now fear is very natural, whether it is a new venture, a new project, wherever you just have to talk to new people, there is usually fear. And this is absolutely normal, but the problem is that fear can stop people from taking the necessary action that would otherwise lead them to success, to achieve their dreams. So if something has been stopping you in some way or the other, it could be because of that underlying fear, mostly of failure or embarrassment or somehow not feeling worthy. The thing is, successful people have this difference. They understand that they have the fear, they feel the fear, but even then they will still do something about it. They will still take the action. They understand that the fear is something to be acknowledged, experienced, and then still move forward. So we say that you take the fear along for a ride with you and still do it anyway. Another term which comes from the word fear, is fear is nothing but FEAR, fantasized experiences appearing real. That's basically something in your mind, but to your body and to otherwise, you feel that it is actually happening to you. A lot of times, these fears may be unfounded, or they do not really have any valid proof, but you still experience them. So, as a result, if something in your life has been stopping you, then it is time to ask yourself why. So, to understand that and make it easier, we do something called as the fear exercise. In this case, you write down things that you're afraid to do, not afraid of, but afraid to do. For example, are you afraid to ask your boss for a raise? Are you afraid to ask somebody out for a date? Are you afraid to go skydiving? Are you afraid to invest in the stocks? Whatever it is, what are you afraid to do? Now the next part of the statement is, what do I think of it? So because, simple, just because. What do I imagine in my head? So for example, I'm afraid to ask my boss for a raise because if he turns down, I may be made a laughing stock of the company. If I want to ask somebody for a date, but if that person rejects me, again I will feel very, very embarrassed. If I want to invest money in the stock market, but if I invest in the wrong stock market, I could lose all my money. So these are all the thoughts in your mind which you feel are very, very real. The question is, you have to first identify what you're afraid of. So you can make a list not of afraid of, but what you're afraid to do. Next, how do you get rid of this fear? Well, the thing is, there are various techniques for fear removal. One of them is called positive imagery. Positive imagery means that you convince your mind that you're actually looking at a more positive income, you're in a much more relaxed state. This is usually something that we do very commonly, even in cognitive behavior therapy, also in counseling sessions also. So imagine and visualize yourself in a better outcome. It could also be the reverse of whatever you're imagining of. For example, I wanted to ask somebody on a date, and what if they accept it? I could get a better actually, I could go out, and if nothing else, then I'm still okay. I'm in the same place I am. This way you start rationalizing your fears in a better way. Fears which are on a much more deeper level, you can use subconscious techniques like what we use is called the emotional freedom technique. We use other neuro-linguistic programming techniques. Those of course require you to work with a therapist or somebody who is trained. So with that, decide what is stopping you, what is the fear that's stopping you, and what action you're going to take in spite of having that fear and still moving forward. So see you tomorrow with success principle number 16.